How to fix Google Search Console crawl errors for pages that don't exist. In this video session, we're going to explore a few different options and understand what's really going on with the Search Console business. When you're looking at crawl errors in your Search Console, pages that don't exist. Now, it could be that you are aware of those pages, as in you perhaps created a page perhaps last year, 3 months ago, and so on, and your website does not have that page, and yet Search Console is complaining. We couldn't find the URLs, and you're thinking to yourself, you know what, it seems like recently Google first detected that, and yet how can that be? First thing to do is take a look where you're getting linked from. That's first. Here I'll show you this because this will make more sense and it'll be much easier for you to understand. Let's go and see where that URL goes to. As we can see, it's just gone to 404 page not found. And it's coming from pages Google is saying it's coming from here as well, but the fact is this page doesn't exist, so how can it be coming from here or here that doesn't exist either? And yet these dates seems to be wrong. When I look at that, I know for a fact that's wrong. So Search Console right now is showing me something that it shouldn't be showing me, or else it's making up its own mind. So right now I can say this, it's coming from pages from my site, so that's internal link, and it's going to page that's not found. Mark as fixed, forget about it. Now 3 months later you may actually see that URL again, because Search Console seems to have a long memory, right? But what if you have a link showing as 404 for a page you know is not around, or it seems like a broken link? And what if it's coming from an external site? Let's go and check this out to see where it's coming from. It seems like someone tried to link. Press on F12 on your keyboard, press on Elements using Chrome, but other browsers have Web Developer Toolbar. Let's highlight this link. Let's look at the link. Okay, this is what's going on in this example. Google is requesting this URL, and yet that's a broken URL. Let me show you how you can fix that. If you think that external link is worthwhile for you to keep. In my example, this looks like a natural conversation someone is having. So then I can log into my web hosting account. Depending on which one you're using, you'll definitely see an option for redirects. Press on that and say this to yourself. Do you have a page that is similar? In my example, yes, because I've already redirected it, but I'll show you how to do it. 301 redirection goes to related content. Remember that word, related content. If not, don't do redirection. Then press on add. Let's add it as a redirection. That means that URL, well, that's going to create a loop, right? So let me delete that because I've done the wrong one. Copy link address, paste it in there. That's broken, right? Now select.com, redirect with or without. Now add. Redirects to this. Let's add. Go back, check. Yes, that's redirected. So that's one way. But what I found working on many different servers, their redirect option is never good to use. Instead, utilize .htaccess file rewrite direction rules. It's just a matter of adding this line here. 99% of .htaccess rules for most setups will take this rewrite rule 4301. Okay, so that's the pattern. What we're saying is, when someone requests this URL, starts with that symbol and ends with a $, that's the last, we're saying redirects to this permanently. Okay, so that's that rule. Much better to use .htaccess rules. Now I can mark as fixed, because when I visit, it redirects. So that's the best thing that I can do. And what if you end up seeing pages that no longer exist, and it's okay, let me show you this example so that you understand why Google may be showing that to you for pages that is not around. To me, this looks like a scraper site.
How to create a website using WordPress. Hello and welcome.
I'll get rid of that. Someone scraped my video, and within that external link, there's a link pointing to this URL here. Okay, so this page is not around on my site, and this URL is not around. Now, I've been working on Search Console for many years, and I've seen so many different scenarios and setups. What if Search Console is showing you links that never was on your site? You never added those links, because I've actually seen that for the first time for a valued client. So I had to do 4-hour full skill audit on the site, because I have that brain. I want to know why Search Console is picking that up. But today, Rankia YouTube channel comment, a valued fan of Rankia is having something similar and asking the same question. You know, what do you do? I'll show you an example. I'll blur it out because for privacy reasons. What we're looking at right now is for a valued client of mine. This is a new site that I built for them. Well, I didn't build it, but it was a domain change. And yeah, domain change. So it's a brand new site. I know which URLs the website has because I created them. And this site has been around just for a week or two. So this domain is a brand new domain. And Search Console is showing URLs that was never around on this site. So what do we do with this? Well, with this one, we really can't do anything. We shouldn't be doing 301s because these pages were never on the valued client site. It would not be wise to redirect this to anywhere. Make sense? So 404 is perfectly okay. Now it could be something to do with Search Console, because if the site security audit revealed nothing out of ordinary on a brand new site, so how is Search Console picking this up? The only place to find the answer to that could be Webmaster Forums for Search Console, right? But apart from that, if you're seeing something like this, please do visit Rankia blog, because I'm actually going to create a blog post to share these URLs so we can keep an eye on it. Because if other people are experiencing it, we want to know why that is. And perhaps we may even ask Google Hangouts, John Mueller, engineer for Search Console, is in Webmaster engineer at Google. We can ask, you know what, why is Search Console showing this? Makes sense, because if we're not the only people, that means there may be hundreds, if not thousands of other website owners looking at this and getting very scared, thinking, you know what, is my website hacked? And if you do the security audit and it's not hacked, so why are we seeing this? as 404 page not found for pages that never existed on our site. In either case, remember, 404 errors, most of them, they are perfectly okay to have. It's just part of having a website and the way Google crawls the internet. So all you need to ask is, you know what, is it coming from external site? If it is it based on quality? If that website is based on quality, do you have similar content? If you have similar content, utilize 301, whether through your web hosting 301 redirection or whether it's through .htxs file. Now, if you're using popular plugins like Yoast, remember this. Don't make an honest mistake by redirecting things like this. Things like this should never be redirected because it just doesn't make sense. Think it like this. Let's imagine what I copied before was for a site like this domain here. And if we're using Yoast or any other plugin, just imagine redirecting a URL like this. Where can this go on this site? Should it go to sitemap? No. Because let's add that redirect and understand the best practices for 301 as well, because it's to do with fixing 404s. When we redirect things like this, that Search Console shows us, saying, you know what, it's this URL is permanently moved somewhere else. But this doesn't make any sense. Because if I've done this, what I'm basically doing is associating this URL with a new URL, which I don't really want to do, and you shouldn't either. Unless it's somehow a rare case in your scenario. If so, comment on this video and we'll see what is the best practice. In either case, sometimes you'll be getting links from external sites. Google will follow that, and that page no longer on your site, thus 404 in Search Console. Okay, so if the page you are aware of was once upon a time on your site, then it's perfectly okay to ask, you know what, is that external site? Give them a link based on quality so it's not spam or trash. Then do 301 redirection to keep the value of that backlink. If Search Console is showing 404 for pages that is no longer available on your site, and it's showing it's linked from your own website, make sense? It's no longer around on your site, and Search Console is showing that it found that broken link, 404 link, page not found error, from at the beginning from pages that wasn't around. So how can we fix it? We can't fix that. We can even say, well, then Search Console has errors for picking up crawl errors, because what it's showing us, the date that it detected it from pages that it detected it, doesn't make any sense. In either case, keep at it, keep maintaining your website. Don't be alarmed with 404s, because they are perfectly okay to have. Some of them you can mark as fixed, the other ones you need to do 301s, and so on. I thank you very much for learning with me. If you benefited from this video session, please do give it a like and share it, and I'll talk with you in the next video session.